talking to Audrey
Here,
about it last
let me
night.
see. You can keep moving forward that way. I'll tell you when you're blocking it. So right there, yeah.
So
And then if you would just hold the mic like low like this.
like that.
Yeah, but make it look like a little bit like less like. Just be like.
I don't know. I can see that being a bad thing.
I'll just hold it and be like the anchorman.
Yeah, you could if you just want.
No, that makes me feel awkward.
I can see how this would both hurt.
Now I see why they do the thing with like the
We'll
little
try
boom
to make it not hurt.
over 'em.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, you go around and do a documentary on how many homeless people are in town, and then you get all the rich people like, well, we don't want our town looking like that.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's
They're already trying to get rid of us.
The other
yeah, they're already trying. They've been doing that for.
Downtown business owners that are homeless right now. They don't have a place to live, so we're gonna go get their perspective on it because this is affecting all of us, not just the people living.
All right,
in
yeah,
parks.
stay in that position. That's perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Is that recording?
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we're good to go then.
So I'm gonna ask 4 questions.
Quattro.
Yeah.
Wait,
Question
say that
1.
Again. Here, wait. Restart. Action.
Okay. How long have you been experiencing housing insecurity in Corvallis?
In Corvallis or in my life?
Both, but specifically Corvallis. So segue from one to the other.
Since January 6th of last year.
In
When I
Corvallis.
arrived. Like from the day I put boots on the ground in this town to the moment you're speaking to me now.
Okay. What services have you reached out for that have been the most beneficial in helping you get your needs met?
Corvallis Housing First. Showed up at the downtown men's cold weather shelter. I stayed there for a little while, really didn't know what I was going to do. My sister showed up and was talking to me through the fence one day. Jen came out, run her off. Kind of put me in an awkward place because I felt like cussing her out, but she asked me if I was okay. I said no. One thing led to another. Now she's my case manager, and she's actually helped me out more than any other single person in this entire town.
It's so close.
Perfect. Have you been denied from any services? Has any agencies in town denied you from getting forward momentum and getting your needs met?
In all honesty, it's not like outright denied, but disrespected, lied to, quietly and discreetly denied. Yes, COI can kiss my white ass.
Right on.
Ty is a snake. The man never spoke to me. I showed up at COI first. COI is the first place I went for help when I arrived here. I was lied to until there's no open beds. I found out from somebody staying at COI that was a lie, I left a message and everything else. Told him that I was, I'm here with a cause, I'm looking for a job, I'm trying to get my feet moving, I got a different kind of direction than most people. Please help me out. And it wasn't until I believe it came to his knowledge that Jen was helping me out that he even bothered to extend a hand to me to help in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I felt that he did it out of spite towards Jen. That's my personal opinion, But a lot of times we have to say opinion this or opinion that. But as far as I'm concerned, it's fact because it's blatantly obvious, like cause and effect. This happened, so you did this. The only thing I ever used COI for was a shower. And in that and of itself, to COI, I say this to you. When you're homeless and you live in the dirt and you need to try and have a level of respectability to find a job and to feel like a human being, you need to be able to shower more than twice a week. And for more than, 3 hours a day for those 2 days to take care of hundreds of people in need of showers, you're living in a fantasy.
And the final question, what would your own solution look like to end your personal homelessness if you were granted resources to do so?
That's dependent upon the resources, location.
If you had $1 million, how would you spend it?
Okay, that's actually hard because now I'm like, okay, 2x4, 6 feet long, cost this much. I ain't got the math for that right now. But honestly, if I had $1 million, I would try to find a moderate-sized piece of vacant property on the outskirts of town. get all the utilities out there, build myself a small home where I could live comfortably within my own means. And if I found a piece of land big enough, I would apportion a piece of it to people that are homeless, that need a place to stay. There you are.
Hey.
That need a place to stay, that are trying to further themselves, and so long as they stay with the program and, you know, don't have the cops coming out there and getting in knife fights and killing each other, and you're more than welcome to stay free, you know.
Right on.
Uh,
Come over the gazebo when you're done.
all right. That, and honestly, my life being the way it is and everything, I would use the rest of the money to start a business of some kind, small business. Honestly, I really hate the food industry. It sucks. I've been a food service professional for a lot of years, and there are a bunch of conniving, backstabbing people. But I would really like to own my own restaurant. And then, in honor of my grandparents, I'd like to start a charity for kids in my grandfather's name. Like I said, we had irreconcilable differences or whatever, but over the course of time, my grandfather is a very respectable person. I learned a lot from him, and he's my role model. And if I grow up to be half the man that he was by the time I'm dead, I'll be happy. Because even now, I feel that he could have done a lot of things differently and a lot of things better. But just to take him for what he was, you know, and that's the key too, is acceptance. You have to accept somebody for who they are, not who you want them to be. And that's really hard for us to learn and accept. And like, it was hard for me to do that with my own family, because they were the way they were, and they didn't like things about me, and they refused to help me. And there was times where my grandparents, they did things that, in my opinion, directly hurt me in the end. But in and of that, I learned some things, and he was actually a really good person, and he gave me a lot of the tools that enable me to do the things that I do now that give me the success that I'm actually having in my life right now.
Before my battery dies, sorry to interrupt. Could we get like a minute and a half introduction? Like,
Me?
just you, your name,
Yeah.
and just like, yeah.
You can go your street name if you don't want to give your real name out.
Hi, I am Michael Ross Helms. My mother thought it was funny because my name is actually literally Mr. Helms. Michael Ross, MR. So you can find me on Facebook. Out here on the streets, I'm known as Waco here in Corvallis because there's a lot of other Mikes and Michaels. I moved up here from Texas because I've been separated from my family for 18 years, and I felt it was time to get back near them. Little sister just had a kid. The holidays were great. I like it here, but then again, I miss home too. Everywhere has its pros and cons, you know. Just try and make the best out of it.
Sweet. I gotta change out batteries for this.
Thank you. I just pushed the
What are you guys
square
doing
to
this
stop.
The newspaper or the...
Coupled our own project for Cascadia Now. We're also working with the Sustainability Coalition. They want to have some insights.
Sure. I'm staying at the shelter too, and that kind of caught my attention. And
Yeah, we're just trying to bring awareness and
I hit the stop button.
yeah. Well, we might be able to get another. Right now, do it. I gotta.
good interview, man. Good job.
Right, there's a bathroom.
Not a lot of the people out here would paint us in a good light, and you did a good job.
That's the point of the video, is to try to like get that face value of like, hey, we're people, we have stories, we have goals, we have ambitions too. I'm personally tired of being stuck in that cookie cutter of like, oh, go back in line. You know, I've had several experiences where people are like, oh, this is a great idea, and they're taking notes and they interact until you mention homelessness. They shut down, they glaze over. Go talk to Alita. I'm done talking to you now. And then my ideas are now incorporated in some new programs being launched and the exact same agendas that I was outlining for them.
Yeah, but you're doing more footwork for the outlying agendas. Right?
What?
You're getting out here hands-on projects. There's a difference.
Right. Not just sitting back behind the desk. And,
You know, you got your desk work and then you got your field work.
right.
You need both.
Does anybody
Otherwise-
else want to say something? You don't really have to worry about
Oh, did you
stumbling.
guys hear that when I was yelling?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
thank
we
God.
Probably
We
got
can
it.
hear you.
No, we probably got it.
Your voice carries, man.
And I got my
Was that all four?
camera here. Yes, so very
Wonderful.
cool questions.
I gotta get moving. And apparently, I still have to like stop in and say bye to a few people before I actually get out of the
Yeah,
car.
maybe we should
They
swing by
probably
the
won't hear
gazebo.
what's
There's a
going on.
congregation over there too. I found that in the dirt. So
more.
Cool, I'll take it home.
yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
Bomb
That's
opener?
the number one thing
Oh,
that
that's
help
pretty
prevent
cool.
homelessness.
It's all yours
is
now.
Start getting people some work.
I have like
Trader
3 of them.
Joe's?
Yeah,
You mean
that's
outside of
really
the
a
help
good thing.
program?
Yeah.
Did I say that out loud?
One thing, possibilities are like urban farming. Instead of getting our food from
I
500
don't know. If someone
miles
were to give
away,
me
that
$1
would
million
be
bucks, I pretty much do
Well,
what he did.
some of our
Start
food we
myself
have
a
to get
spot
from
out in the middle
5,000
of
miles
nowhere
away
and
because
just
our
build
soil's
myself
not
a
good
nice
enough.
little house, help out some other
Just
people.
because I'm trying to
you
start
know,
up like
with extra
urban
land.
farming is very profitable.
But
If we can
I'd
find
turn
some-
around
some people
with
trust
the,
and we
with the
would
rest of the
provide.
money and
Yeah,
then
and
start
I've
like
actually
a
got a
garden
garden
place,
agriculture
you know,
degree from
just keep
Texas.
work for
That'd be
people.
sweet.
Uh,
Right?
Yeah, it's very nice to meet you as well.
Like we'll do the work
Uh,
for free
Len?
minus the price of like parts. You know, find people who actually enjoy doing it and do it for people.
Stop it.
See you later, man.
Yeah. See you around the house.
Oh yeah. Have a good one.
Because that's my other issue with this world, man. Technology, like it's
I'd say, yeah,
expensive,
he
and I
definitely knows
understand
the
that,
time
but
to
at the
follow
same
that.
time, it's like
Right,
I don't
same
think
boat.
that when you don't have any money and your computer breaks, you should have to pay ridiculous prices to get someone to even look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the other issue I have with like computer shops and whatnot in town. That's what I do.
You guys just gonna be out doing this today, or are you gonna?
We'll try to do some more.
Have you had
like really this project will
Long
take as long as we
experiences
want,
with
so
housing insecurity.
I'm trying to edit all of this and just
Certainly a
like,
good place
get
to
up
meet
the-
people that are
My
in
parents
that,
were
other than going
addicts,
straight to the shelter is
so
here. Drop-in
they
center,
lived
park.
down the street pretty
guys
much
go to the
my whole
right
life. I grew up
place.
in foster
Where most
care,
people hang out.
which in a lot of
Do
ways
you think
is worse than being
you would
with
ever
my
want
alcoholic
to?
parents.
Pardon me?
Do you have anything to say
And,
about homeless that you think you would want to?
Oh, a lot,
Spent
but you
most
don't
of
need
my
to worry about it
teenage
right
life
now. If I
locked
see you
up in
guys
rehab
another day, I'm gonna go
facility,
jump on
I
the
didn't have
bus.
a drug problem.
All right, good to know.
Yeah, I've only been in this situation for
Because the state of Oregon thought I was
since
too
New Year's
difficult to
Day.
deal with.
Well, off and on for about a year. I can't work, or at least I don't know
you
what I
know,
can
so-
do.
And then when
I've
I turned 18,
had
they
2
kicked me out
surgeries,
and I ended up being
disability,
homeless.
my bladder has completely failed.
Right?
Waiting on
Because I
disability,
had
and if I get it, I'll get off the
no,
street.
like, job experience.
Yeah, you
no
would be a good
nothing.
person to interview. Just to
And then when
kind of
I
show
went to
people
Corvallis,
that
I went
are-
to
I've seen a lot of
School.
things.
A lot of good that did
in
me
this
because I
short
can't
period
even
of
seem to
time.
get a job now
One of the
that I
main
have a
things I've
degree.
noticed
Right.
Not a
is
full degree, it was
the
like
separation
a
between people who are doing okay
But
and
I mean,
those of
like,
us that
really,
are
I don't
not.
know why I
Right
went
down here,
because
we're gonna go to the library.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could contact you and
Sure,
try to
man.
like.
I don't know why I
what's the
went
number?
because
775.
come back to my hometown and all the computer
720,
shops want you to have like
720,
ridiculous credentials before
1167.
they'll even think about hiring you.
And I don't think I got your name.
Because
My
they've
name's
got
Kelly.
all these
Kelly,
college
what?
students, you know, that
Call me anytime.
There's only 2 reasons why people become homeless. Not enough jobs, rent's too high. Once you get shoved into that category of being homeless, well, now you have to be stuck with all these other yahoos that have mental disabilities. It's gonna start rubbing off on you because you are the product of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So if you're told to go stick over here with these other people, then after 3 months, you're gonna start picking up some of their personality traits. It might not be your fault. It's just that's just how our psyche develops.
I don't know. I'm not much of a people person, so I'm perfectly fine with not being around the crazies.
There's DJ.
I don't know.
You live with Waco? Or
No.
you don't? I thought he said to contact you. Or was that other dude?
I don't know. I
Waco
know
lives in my apartment building.
Oh. Okay.
DJ!
I live about 3 blocks that way, but it's Saturday, so I'm sitting around the park because I ain't got nothing
We'll go
better
to the
to do.
store for free, okay?
And my internet connection disappeared. I use my buddy's Xfinity account, and I guess the people who had the router that has the Xfinity hotspot attached to it unplugged it, so I'm watching no TV, so I might as well come down to the park and I'm gonna watch homeless people be homeless. As fucked up as that sounds. I don't mean it in a mean way, I'm just saying like
No, yeah, it is kind of funny the way you put it, but yeah.
you know, it's like, well, I'm gonna be out here all on my own here pretty quick. I got like a week to come up with close to 600
Alright.
bucks, and then I got 2 weeks after that to come up with it again. It's like rent is ridiculously priced in this town, and I understand it's a college town. 90% of the money coming into this town comes from the college people who get it through student loans and like whatnot. So it's like their bills are paid. Them going to school pays their bills. yeah, they can go work for free in computer shops or whatever for college credit, and it doesn't mean much to them. But to the people who actually want to work to make money in their chosen field and they live in a college town, it's like you're screwed.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole, what they say about business, 95% of businesses started fail within the first 3 months. So it's like, you don't really want to do that. But, and then it's like, I try and do things like, I run ads on Craigslist, but 90% of the time I get people trying to scam me. It's like, I'm going to send you this fake check and you're going to go cash it, and then you're going to send money in this guy so he can send you laptops that I need fixed. It's like, okay, what part of that doesn't sound like a scam? Well, they don't go on about the fake check. They ask you how much you want to get paid for the job, and you tell them, like, all right, so we're going to send you a check, but we need you to turn around, cash that, and then send money to this guy. It's like, when it all comes down to it, you're on the hook for cashing that check, and if you can't pay back the money you supposedly took from it, you're going to jail. They get away scot-free because you sent them a bunch of money and you sent them cash. It's like, fuck that, man. If you're going to do a job, make sure they either send you the product up front with the money, or if it's going to be some roundabout shit like that, they send you your check, and then they send the other guy a check to send you the shit. Or whatever, And even then, make sure the shit cashes. Because, well, worst case scenario, you end up with a bunch of...
Okay.
And if you want to clap on camera so I can sync these two. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Clapper?
Yeah. The affordable one. I'll do that right there.
Okay, while we do videoing, I don't want to hear you say you're bored, you're hungry, okay? Can you just go in the library then, go to the kids section, and go use the computer.
You play free door online games?
Just be chill. Just come stand over here, right there, okay? It'll be like 10 minutes. Do you want to hold that little camera? Do you want to hold this one? You can hold this one. There, you won't be bored. You'll have something to do. No, you actually have to put your hands on it and hold it. And then you push that button when you're ready to record. Okay, then don't.
Hey,
Then
Chloe.
just sit down and be chill.
Chloe, hold on. I can get you online here with my phone, and you can go on YouTube or whatever and watch.
I got her own phone.
Oh, she?
Right here, it's got 20% battery capacity. There you go.
Okay, she's on hers now.
Stand right here.
But
No. Doing the low angle
Yeah,
up.
right.
More dynamic effect.
I'm just gonna move that one a little closer because that's pretty. Alright.
So this is like just for like a grade, or what is it, where are we going with this?
We're doing this for two reasons.
Well, I
One,
mean, like, is it gonna be on YouTube or something?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll send you a link if
Okay.
just to hear your
might be on
things
3
on
or
it
4
before.
different YouTube channels.
Okay.
Not before, like, I hear everybody's opinions on it, though. I wanna give the best possible voice so that we can educate and provide awareness and just like actually
Well,
solve this issue that's
I've
just
been here 25 years, and I've been successful, and then I've had everything taken, and then as I'm struggling to get back up, just all the stuff like how you saw it there at the park, just stuff that's just wasted taxpayers' money and just their attention going in the wrong areas where they're not problem solving, and stuff like that.
this is stuff. Yeah, we want to get that
Yeah.
stuff. So, do you want to just do an introduction first, then you can like go over that stuff, and then he'll have like 4 questions. I don't know. He's been sticking to a
Yeah.
layout. You already
Yeah,
talked to him about it.
So, you know me, I'm Glenn Kindred, and I'm helping out with Corvallis Sustainability Coalition's housing group. We're doing a video documentary just to ask some of the local homeless people, our economic refugees that are experiencing housing insecurities, what they what they're going through. I've narrowed it to 4 questions. One is, how long have you been experiencing housing insecurity in Corvallis?
In Corvallis, well, recently for about a year and 2 months, and I've been doing everything I can to, pick up pieces and rebuild what I had built. I had a custody issue with my kids and stuff, which kind of, I was the sole guardian, single parent, and with that, everything kind of, fell apart. And now I, decided to kind of just start my own business. I spent about a year out there across the river, and had other homeless friends out there, and I had a lot of time to think about a lot of things. I mean, like I said, I've been in this town 25 years, and to find myself in this kind of situation, and for as much volunteering and fundraising I've done, I was really kind of just taken back with the whole thing. So that being said, I'm just trying to coexist like everyone else, and so I'm really looking forward to my business and stuff like that, whatever, and help me get out of this situation. But I would also like to point out certain ongoing problems that we face as a homeless community, and me as a minority. Not so much on that, but just that only makes it kind of a little bit harder. So one of the things that I find that bothers me and that does nothing for anybody is the targeting of homeless people and the stigma that they put on us as being dirty, uneducated, and pretty much unseen. And I met a lot of people while I was on the streets, war veterans, good people, and I find more continuity out of them, I feel, than I do people who have jobs and have what do you call it, appropriate positions in this community and stuff. And I personally put a lot of time to advocate for people that have passed away that I experienced homeless with, that nobody else would ever know, in their stories. And so I kind of speak for them as well. I don't feel that it's a benefit for like the police and departments like the coalitions for this homeless community thing, just kind of having their limitations and not really problem solving on the real issue. There's a lot of people that are getting cited every day for illegal camping. I had my camp spot that I had to build from nature because I didn't have the money to buy a tent, and that lasted for about a year until the city came in about 3 months ago and said that they were going to just do a cleanup and stuff, and all they ended up doing was just tearing down everybody's campsites and bulldozing everything and left the garbage there, because I went out there to just kind of check on everything. I had adopted a couple of kittens and stuff, and I just wanted to see if they were alive, and I looked at my old spot and there was just all kinds of garbage all over the place. So I took that as they weren't really cleaning up the area, they were cleaning out the homeless. And I don't, that doesn't make sense to me. I pay taxes in this town for years, and I don't feel that that money is going in the right area to support like people like the police who haven't even solved a murder that happened out there a year ago, and they're picking up
murder that happened recently.
Yeah, that happened to my friend and stuff like that, whatever. So just things that are like the playing field's not being level, and certain departments and organizations portraying to have our best interests in mind, and I don't see that at all. They've had the same homeless shelter for about 7 years that I helped fundraise for, and they don't have any internet access there because of allegations of concerns for child pornography and stuff like that, whatever. And that's one area that they're not paying attention to. Like, how can people get jobs and use that as a stepping stone besides going over there and just being drunk and stuff like that, whatever, and spreading whatever they have out there, stuff like that, whatever. So that's another area that I think that is not really being handled appropriately. And there's a lot of people that need help in this town, even minorities, people that come from other states to be with their family, and they don't even know how to approach these areas, like the shelters and stuff. The community outreach is very strict. They're always seem to have no bed spaces and stuff like that. I tried going in there 2 or 3 times in this last year, and they never had any room for me. So and then so what do? We go back out there across the river or wherever we got to go, and then we just keep getting harassed, and everything that we end up possessing and acquiring, such as tarps, tents, sleeping bags, get thrown away by the county. So I don't see any resolution or any sort of bright future for anyone. All I see is just this continuance of this homeless shelter, but there's no like direction to like creating or building a new place for the other people that are out here. You know, if they're a problem or we're a problem, then why don't we work together rather than, you know, pretending that, you know, we're being, you know, heard and then but they're not really doing anything. You know, so that's what I have to say.
Have you found any services that are helpful for your situation?
The only, honestly, you know,
Helping
honestly,
get your needs met?
just the self-sufficiency food stamp and the Oregon Health Plan stuff. They're kind of more strict on their policies and stuff anymore, you know, and so there really isn't much, you know, resources for us to really latch onto unless you're either part of the jobs connection program or you're on 10F and stuff like that, whatever, or you have to have a child. So that, for me, going back to what I said about, you know, having my kids taken, you know, it took apart everything I built for them and kind of put me in a spot. So I'm constantly struggling with the same thing everyone else is struggling with.
Have you experienced any denial of services or maybe outright blockage of no, we can't help you, go somewhere else?
Through the Child Protective Services, when I looked at the client rights and, you know, stuff like that, whatever, and their administration policies and their code of conduct and all that stuff, you know, that they were in breach of a lot of things and they were not providing me with education as far as what my services, what I was entitled to, and kind of seeming to maneuver a lot of, I guess you call it, you know, their sort of job status, what do you call it, ethics, to kind of meet their needs rather than, you know, stick with the, you know, child returning to parent sort of thing. And there was a lot of discrimination there. So I was really looking forward to continuing a success story with them because I had one prior about 4 years ago, but I wasn't given the same caseworker. So I kind of felt like, you know, like it was not fixed, but it was more like given to someone else when they should have given to someone that had case history. So as far as anything else, I don't think I qualify for anything. I'm not a veteran, so I created my own jobs and stuff, and you know, put ads on Craigslist and walk up to doorsteps at the church. The First Christian Church, I want to state, is really a blessing because they help so much. You know, people, and my concern is that getting shut down because, you know, the people's bad hygiene and just sometimes the things that kind of happen around the park area and the church. And so I personally, you know, make efforts to paint or do custodial services because I'm experienced in that, just to kind of, in exchange for the church, you know, providing me with tools or helping me with, you know, any sort of assistance themselves. But for the most part, it's just been the church, you know. So that's why I put, you know, a lot of my respect in regards to helping them as well. We don't really have much, you know, as far as to benefit from. You know, we can't camp anywhere, so I try to protect what little we have.
Thanks, DJ. My final question is, if you were in charge of delegating out resources, what would your solution be like? If you were given, say, $1 million, what does your solution look like for your?
Well, the main thing that's happening as far as it leading to the source is being without housing. You know, people can't shower, people can't focus, people get depressed, and being outside in the cold or really nice state-of-the-art laundry facility, you know, instead of just some sort of ghetto, you know, secondhand, so that really, you know, we can do big masses of clothes and stuff and bed sheets. And then I would also put a internet, you know, access in there, and then maybe contact a few, you know, what do you call it? I think a state, to see if we can have some sort of access to like criminal background searches so that people are safe and that there's just not severe criminals in this place. Because like I said earlier, you know, there's families that come over here that are immigrants or whatever, and I don't think that it would be appropriate to have people around children that are supposed to be, or people that are violent or whatever, and whatnot, or steal, you know. So everyone has, you know, I believe, should be given a second chance, you know, and stuff like that ever, but not being given one, you know, we're never going to know what our full potential is and live, you know, down whatever it was that we did time for in the past and stuff, you know, for time served. You know, we try to get a good job, and although we do the time, they still hold our criminal backgrounds against us, even though we fly straight and aren't doing anything as far as crime. So.
Thank you. That's my 4 questions I wanted to ask. Is there anything else you feel you wanted to add?
Just that I wish that the playing fields were a little bit level, and as much as we're expected to be productive members of society and stuff like that, whatever, and think a certain way, or whenever we go to treatment, we're told to about our cognitive restructuring and stuff like that, whatever, and learning from our mistakes. I think that it should be the same on the other side as well.
Thank you, DJ.
Could we get like a person-to-person introduction, as if Glenn didn't know you, and just like saying like, hey, I'm DJ.
Oh, I'm David Rodriguez, but everyone calls me DJ. I've been in Corvallis.
Sorry. Can we start that off? Because I was like talking when you were doing
sorry.
that. So, that was my bad.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hi, my name is David Rodriguez. Everyone knows me as DJ here. I've been in this town since 1989. We moved here with me, my dad, and my sister, and I've been here ever since. And I went to CHS, and I've pretty much been a part of this community since then. Kind of cut my teeth here. So I wanted to, my dad felt that this was a good, community for us to be raised in, and I felt the same way with my children. And well, it didn't work out too well. But anyway, there is some good, stuff in this town. But yeah, I'm 41. I'm a guitar player and a painter and construction and a father.
Thanks. That wrapped that up.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that they started doing that right then, but
Hit the stop button.
Reminds me of something like Rush Hour, those hats that they did.
Right?
Yeah, or Don King. Cool.
yeah, do you have a number that I could contact you by?
Yeah. And my background.
Because we might get together, I think you might be one of the more like articulate voices that there are. So, and if that noise like messes with us, if that noise messes with us, then you gotta redo it.
Okay.
I don't think it would.
DJ's actually did that wolf poster on my apartment yesterday. So he's one of my collaborators on. We are working on an actual solution. We just need to get some our voices.
That was provided by myself. I'm not helping him to,
Yeah, dude, I want to make my own business.
Yeah, I went to Vista Camp. Works to get her home.
That's awesome.
We could come up with our own like coalition name.
Or
I mean,
like-
probably want to use the word
What we
coalition.
need is someone that has access to the media to bring out the day-to-day, real occurrences instead of it being so covered and sugar-coated by the people who have the need to do so. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
no, there's
I'd love
nobody
to hear
that-
about the other side, but can you put it in a positive way so I can understand what you're saying?
Homeless coalition, and so like bring that convince learn and not walk in, prevent us from moving forward and finding something behind it. It's not about proving anything wrong. It's more like what's or still homeless people.
So we're good for Spencer.
And it's not like we need to put, we're definitely not going to say like, oh, it's their fault, because we're just going to, sorry about that.
I mean,
We'll just provide
this.
this.
Unique costs of this talk about the $3 million deal.
No, they had a proposal.
It was $8.5 million.
When is that?
May last year, and we had the emergency voting on like November. No, it's sooner than that.
But if they don't have money, like, say, a big, second, the COI sort of size,
Right.
it would not have any, strict, well, not strict, as in, like, people, get fucked up, but, you know what I mean, like, as far as, discriminating and stuff, and weird,
So I'm going to interrupt, but there's some context of what happened in just this last year, from 2015, January. We had...
Did you get the lens cap for this?
No.
Or did I grab it?
We had someone freeze to death on our riverfront.
Right, and the bench that we built for them in their memory taken down.
And
we definitely need to talk about that. That should be on video, because that will like make people think a little bit more about what's going on.
I mean, 5 years ago, I was being celebrating, being with all my kids and coming out of the homeless thing, and I got thrown right back in there because I was there and hearsay allegations with no documentation of proof, right, for their ongoing concerns, and I'm just going, well, that's kind of weird, and they went for it, so.
Like our biggest enemy from helping people actually get their needs met is the COI. Hands down, number one. That if the COI was doing what they said they do, we wouldn't have to develop a housing first program.
And it's all about the whatever
the
big funds that they get in or grants or however it is that they get. So anybody that feels particularly like can't call me that they use strategy to get it down instead of realizing that they are a homeless help people for a scenario, not help themselves and protect what they feel is theirs. It wasn't theirs. They work there. They don't own that place.
yesterday when I was picking her up from the Boys and Girls Club, the housing director from the COI, Ty Foster, moved you away. That look. And he didn't look at me. And I'm like, where am I not seeing? So I wave at him. Hi, Ty. How you doing? So he reaches down and grabs his kid, joins the house, calls out the door, and takes the hell on his face. Wait a minute. There's fine. I want to take notes on that. You need to definitely, I don't know why we didn't talk about that more, but I would film this some other, because the death would be good. I wish I was there to cover that, like memorial service, and then some other stuff. We've had 16 people die in a month. And for a small town, that's a pretty high death rate for being as progressively compassionate as they say that Corvallis is. So I'm gonna write these down in case you guys don't remember. But what were we talking about? Homeless death. The Simple Shelter campaign.
Death toll in the last year. There's things that were taken down and removed that were built in honor of them. Because this is a very artsy town, and I'm an artist as well. And I had other fellow artists and stuff like that, and I had to support that put the time and skills and effort and whatever into these things. They call it not monuments, memory of whatever. This community had, or whoever it was, the city had no, passion for that at all.
Okay, I'm on.
Well, they did.
Or respect.
We got a petition together, and we got like 300 signatures on it in 10 days. Cynthia Spencer was one of the signatories. We need all of this, like the most recent stuff that's been going on. Like we had a death, you had a petition. We need like some statistics, like just all the homeless people.
Well, statistics, a lot of it doesn't get registered unless you talk about arrests or court.
That's a good thing to make the mark on.
So that is why people aren't being heard, because we're the ones on the street, right? We're the ones that are making these places money to have them exposed and remembered. But are we getting what we're supposed to be getting as far as the stepping stone and what do you call it, a positive affirmation, stuff like that, places that have contact instead of being shut down at the door or
Well, on a very real sense, how much money is Sustainability Coalition getting you and me to do the footwork to gather the media? And as Debbie's the leader of it, can't she take some time to not paint for an afternoon, put her art aside, and actually come out? We're not going to give them credit for this if we do it all. Right.
I'd rather not give the people that have,
One thing that we are going to have to do is try to like interview some police officers or some of them.
Debbie
Well, you're gonna get, yeah. Well, make sure you don't get the ones that pick on the homeless people because
have a lot of stuff to say.
right, and they can modify
The
their
female cops are a
reports
lot
and their
nicer.
information, stuff like that. Because we don't know access to that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I said, hearsay.
Yeah,
Right? And that's the problem. People with authority or people that have positions that have their superiors or their sergeants or their whatever can sweep it under the rug or, you know, however it is to deflect the accountability and the things that really being pointed at, but yet there's, you know, just fingers at us for making it, giving certain, you know, stupid stuff, you know what I mean? And I feel like I even came up with an idea of, you know, adopting community so if we photograph the top with, like, you know, how COI does adoption families. Well, but,
That wasn't my family adopted. I signed up for it.
that's what I'm saying, you know? And if they don't know their own people in the community of
This other program that just got launched last month.
You can
Like try to create like a website that like that maybe homeless people could register for if they wanted help, and then like that way people could have a face to what's going on. Like it's so easy for people to come by. Spencer, can I use you at my house for 10 minutes? We'll start over. Yeah, I'll bike over. Let me know what your work is. I'll write it on my coming over now? You can go that way. Okay, give me a call. Hey, you can probably go that way. Let's go that way. Yeah.
I wait before you go back down to her place. You know what they do? Driver's hands up. Oh, sorry about that. How you doing? Pretty good. How you doing, man? There's a bunch of people right outside my door. So here's your phone charger. And your hat. Start your phone in. Sure. Here's your phone. And your charger. So what does your work schedule usually look like?
Wednesdays and Thursdays are the days I bike, and I'm basically like, Wednesdays and Thursdays are worse for me.
Which one is the busiest?
Sundays and Mondays are when we kind of have off work, but so Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays are usually the best.
So you said Tuesdays.
Fridays and Saturdays, and
Fridays.
you could ride like Monday afternoons too.
Just all day.
Maybe Monday afternoon.
Those are your best available
Mm-hmm.
times. Okay. And you said you work Tuesdays and Wednesdays, right?
Yeah. No, Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
So Tuesdays are free. And
So I know I'll try not to contact you Wednesdays and Thursdays because you'll be the busiest. That's not bad. Okay, so my work schedule, I'm picking up a volunteer position from like 8 to 11 Monday through Thursday. that's part I'm saying, part of my network of building an activist group. What if you